Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to do a wallet and card holder comparison video. I'm actually doing both wallet and card holders together because I don't own a lot of full-size wallets, but I still wanted to include when and why I use a full-size wallet and the benefits of that versus a card holder. So I thought I'd just lump them all together in this one video. There's so many card holders out there from all the different brands, so many different styles that over time I've started to figure out the things that I like about particular styles and what they're used best for. So I thought it would be really helpful to compile all of those tips or thoughts together and to be able to share why some card holders are better than others for me. Alright, so I'm actually going to start with my full-size wallet, and this is my compact Bearn from Hermes. It is in lipstick pink in Tadelakt leather with gold hardware. I have a more in-depth review of this item. It was more first impressions of it. So I can link that above if you're interested in learning a lot more about this particular piece. But this is the compact Bearn, because the Bearn is normally a full-size, like more continental style wallet. It opens through this tab right here, so you have to put the tab in and out to open and close. And the inside looks like this. You have 4 card slots up here. You have 3 pockets or slots, if you will, where you can put multiple cards if you wanted to. There's a slot in the back here, and there is also a zipper compartment up top, or not up top, in the front. And then at the very top is where you can add cash, and so this is where the cash all goes in one single compartment here. So as you can see, this is definitely a full-size wallet. It even has a coin compartment. It has a lot of card slots, which I really appreciate. This is actually the wallet that I use every day. This is the only full-size wallet that I have in my collection. And I am not a full-size wallet type person, but I do like this size. I do appreciate that it is more compact than having a continental style wallet. I do appreciate that there are a lot of card slots, so I can fill all of my necessities, all of my information, plus more in all of the compartments here. I don't use the coin section at all. So that's kind of an extra piece for me, but it is helpful for the odd time I use cash and I do get some extra change. I like that there is a dedicated slot for bills, and I do appreciate that the bills aren't folded in 3 ways or in a weird way, and they're just folded once in half. One other thing I like about this design, because it has this pull tab that opens and closes the wallet, I do like it's kind of like a folder that you can close, and you can slide your receipts, you can slide your phone, you can slide some other pieces of paper or something that you have that you want to put together. You can slide those in there and easily close the wallet without having any issue of it falling out or anything like that. Because it is a pull tab and you manually put it in and out, it can afford some additional clearance if you do need to put a bulkier item in between, like your phone. Your phone does fit, or I have an iPhone 8, so a non-plus size phone. It fits in between the 2 parts of the wallet if you wanted to put everything together and just hold it in one. I thought I might be annoyed by the pull tab, but it actually goes in and out really smoothly. It doesn't really bother me, so all of that is really great. But when it comes to some of the features I don't care too much about this item is actually the specific measurements, like the size that it is. It's pretty much the same size as my hand, and so it doesn't afford for the easiest grip when it's in my hand. It fits, but I wouldn't say it necessarily comfortably fits this way for me to hold it, so I end up holding it like this, and it just seems to require a little extra thought and attention to make sure that I don't lose sight of it. The other major con for me is that this does not fit in all of my mini bags. Technically it does fit in every single bag that I own. It just means I would have to heavily reduce any of the other items I would need to carry with me. So realistically it doesn't fit. Like, it fits, but it's not really useful for me to carry it that way. So a lot of times I will have to transfer some items out of here into a card holder so I can carry my smaller bag. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I do have a lot of smaller bags in my collection. And because I'm somebody who has that preference, that's why I steer away from full-size wallets. But this is great for like every day when I go to work, because I carry a larger bag to work. It can carry all of the cards and information that I need to carry with me, like insurance cards and things like that. So it is definitely helpful to have a full-size wallet for every day, like when I'm going to work and things like that. And then in the weekends, I'll tend to downsize and use a card holder. But if you are in the market for a wallet, I do highly recommend this compact Bearn. I think it is excellent for the size that it's in. It is really compact, and it is a full-size wallet. So if you're interested, I would definitely check this out. All right, now I'm going to move on to card holders, and I have a lot of different styles. I don't have all of the styles under the sun, but I'll start with the pieces that I do have. So moving on to Chanel card holders, because I know these are also really, really popular, and they are very functional. I love how compact they are. They fit in all of my mini bags, and they are very hard wearing. I have one in Calfskin here that has it's a raised but embossed double CC there, and then I have one in Caviar with light gold hardware, and they are both extremely hard wearing. I don't have any in lambskin, so I cannot comment on that. I think depending on the year and the texture of the lambskin, I think they would work fine as well. But my preference would be to go for something more hard wearing, like Caviar or Calfskin, just because I know like they're gonna get roughed around a bit. Like, they're gonna go in and out of lots of bags. Sometimes if it's a small bag, it'll fit, but if it's a big bag, it might swim around there, things like that. I really like these, and I use them a lot over the weekends when I'm using my smaller bags. They do fit all of my essentials, but I do have to say I don't see myself being able to use these as wallet equivalents. I have some that I will show that I have used as a full-on wallet. It had everything that I needed, and it constituted a full-size wallet for me. These are really just card holders where I will cherry pick the items that I need to put in here and carry with me. So what I typically do is I'll just slot my ID in the front slot here. I will put a couple of credit cards in the back here. If I need to carry any additional cards, like insurance cards or bank cards or things like that, I will put them in the middle, and I will also slot the cash in here. And I actually have some cash in here so I can show. The cash fits folded once in half like this, and if you slide them in, you'll see that they actually fit very flush, which I appreciate that the width is good enough for that. And so you can slot some cash in there and carry that with you. Although these are really compact, and for me, I feel like I can't use it as a full wallet. I have friends who have these and have put multiple cards in each slot, and I have seen that it gives a lot. So they will stretch out to the cards that you put in there. If that's what you want to do, more than welcome to, and you can fit a whole bunch of cards in here. Like, I've literally seen it myself. I don't feel comfortable doing that, which is why I don't really see these as wallet equivalents for myself, but that is an option out there if you are interested. And the other aspect I don't like too much about these is that if I do end up getting some coins, I don't have a place to put them. Like, I can try to slot them in here, but there's a chance it'll fall out, so I end up just throwing them in my bag. And so that's something, like, I don't use that much cash a lot, but it does happen occasionally. And so when it does, I'm like, what do I do with my change? So when I'm using these, I struggle to find a place to really put them. But all in all, if you are looking for something really compact, if you don't carry a lot of items around with you in your wallet, then I think this would be perfect for you. If you really rarely use cash, then this might also be perfect for you. if you are looking for something really small, really slim and compact, this is definitely a design that you should be looking after. So now moving on to one of my favorite card holder designs. It is in this Fendi Monster card holder. It doesn't have to be this specific one. I can show a different Dior one as well that has this similar structure. What makes this my favorite card holder design is the following. So A, there is a cute design in the front. B, there's a zipper compartment here. And C, there are card slots that run in the back. So this essentially means I can fit all my cards. You can't see, but there are 5 card slots in the back here. And I can fit all of my cards in here. If I have additional cards, I can put them in the zippered compartment in here, which opens up like this. And the zipper compartment is narrow, so like it's not like you can stick a lip gloss in there. Like you're not going to be able to close the top. But what you can do is slot some more cards in there, put your cash in there, and in the odd case that you use cash and you have coins, you have a place you can put your coins. I used this a couple years ago as my full wallet and it worked. I was traveling a lot and it would be just perfect. I'd have my ID in here for traveling. It would be really easy to pick up, show, and put things away. There was no there's nothing you really have to fuss with because all your cards are on the outside, or at least the important cards that I wanted to use frequently I put on the outside. And then the less frequently used, or more like my insurance cards and things like that, would get slotted in the inside. So this is my favorite card holder design. If I'm looking for a wallet equivalent, then this is the type that I go for. One of my not so favorite parts of this specific wallet, this specific Fendi one, is this is not the smoothest zipper in the world. So it does take a little finessing to like get it opened and closed. So that's one, but that's very specific to this. It has nothing to do with the actual design. However, what does have to do with the design, this specific shape, is that your cash have to get folded twice. So remember my cash from my Chanel wallet, if I were to put this in the same way, it does fit. You'll see it fits to the very top. But what ends up happening is it will sometimes get caught in the zipper as you're like opening and closing. I think there wasn't quite enough clearance from in the height of this item to really make it easy. Like right now it's not full with other cards, so if I close it, it closes fine. But there have been other times where, while I was using this wallet, where the zipper, as I open it, will get caught on the cash that's in there because I folded it like just once. So what I ended up doing was actually folding it twice, like this, and it does make it a little bit bulkier, but that way I know the cash won't catch on the zipper and it will open and close nicely. So that's just another point to mention. If you don't like to fold your bills as much, then that would be something to look out for when you're looking into this style. But otherwise, I highly recommend this kind of shape, this kind of orientation, because I think it is a design that really has the user in mind. It has very easy access to the things that you would use the most, and is conducive to adding some extra bits in there. That particular Fendi Monster is a couple years old, so I'm not sure if you're still able to find it, but something that's more recent is from Dior. You can see it has that same orientation. There are 2 card slots over here too, and there are a couple of slots back here. This zipper actually goes and it bends around the corner, so it actually makes opening up the whole zipper compartment a lot easier. And of course the design is adorable in the front. So this is another one. This is what my boyfriend uses, and you can see it's like packed, but it fits a lot. If you want to be able to transfer your full-size wallet into something much more compact, then this kind of design will definitely let you do that. All right, so for the next card holder that I have, it is this particular item from Tods. I can't lie, I don't really know what this is called, and I'm not sure it's a model that is still made. I purchased this, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just a a happenstance. It was a wonderful find. I absolutely loved using this. This is another one that I used as a full wallet equivalent. So it is much more compact. It is a card holder size, but I was able to fit everything that I needed to from a full-size wallet into here. Even if you can't find this exact item, I still want to share what components of this make it really ideal to be a wallet equivalent, and also what features stand out to me. So if you're out and about and you see a card holder that has some of those features, you know you can relate, or you know that's something that you want, and then it helps you make a purchase decision for any card holder that you see on the market. So this one, similar to the Hermes Compact Bearn, has a pull tab to open and close right here. So if you open it up, it is that like folder style. I don't know what else to call it. So it's like a folder style, and you'll see there are two pretty parallel compartments. So there are card slots here. So there are 3 slots back there. There's a slot that goes up to the top, and that is mirrored on the other side. So first off, what you can see is this has a lot of card slots. For being this compact, it has like, I want to say like 8 card slots, and you can also fit bigger items back here because it runs the full size of this side of the wallet or the card holder. And it is really, really compact. You can see how like tiny it is. It almost like doesn't exist. And when it's filled with cards, it doesn't like bulk up. Sometimes there are some card holders or wallets where it looks beautiful in the shop. It looks really sleek and compact, and then you take it home and you start putting your cards in it and it just like balloons in size. This is not really a style that does that. The leather is super supple. It is alligator on the outside, but all of that and the design contributes to it being very, very compact because it's really soft. So when I was using this style in terms of cash, I did have to fold the cash, and I folded it either back here or up in the top. I didn't carry a lot of cash with me. And then I used all of these card slots to fit all of the other items I needed to carry with me. So like my ID, my credit cards were all in here, my bank card, and like insurance cards, all of those, store cards, things like that. They were all able to fit in here. I would stick one in each one of these at the top in the front, but I would stick multiple cards in the larger compartment in the back. Similar to the Compact Bearn, this one, because of that pull tab, I'm also able to slide items in between. So if I get a receipt, like I know I'm gonna put it away later, but just for ease and quick organizing at the moment I get it, like I can just grab the receipt, fold it, and I can slide it right in between here and close up my wallet, and I'm like good to go. There's no fuss about it. So that's definitely something that stood out and like works really well for me. In terms of some shortcomings of this item, definitely the fact that there is no dedicated spot to put cash can be a downside for some people, especially if you carry around a lot of cash because that's your preference. This might not accommodate all of that cash to carry around. This also doesn't have a place to put coins. If you were to use cash and you do have coins, it would kind of swim somewhere else in my bag and really wouldn't make it here. But I really like this kind of like at folder orientation, if you will, and I did appreciate how it was oriented vertically. A lot of times card wallets, I feel like, end up being just this way, where you just have cards that fall this way. But I liked that this style like incorporates a vertical pocket as well, so you have more compartments in this compact space. This next card holder is not super high-end. It is from Opening Ceremony. It looks like this. It is like a iridescent metallic, but I did want to showcase this just to talk about why this is my least favorite style of card holder. So first of all, it is a typical card holder shape. There is no closure, there's no pull tab, there's no push button, there's nothing that's holding it back and keeping it opened or closed. It is just a open folder, if you will. And then when it opens up, you have 3 slots on one side, and you have a vertical slot here and then 1 pocket in the back. So The specifics of what the inside looks might be different for all sorts of brands. Like they might have, each side looks the same, all of them are vertical, it can be different. But what I wanted to highlight for this style and why this is my least favorite is the fact that it doesn't like stay closed. And so when it's in my bag, if it's in a smaller bag, sure, it'll stay in whatever orientation I place it in my bag, because my bag is Tetris at that point and everything has its own spot. But when I use this for a slightly larger bag, then it ends up swimming around a little bit, and sometimes it's like sprawled open because there's nothing that's like holding it closed. So a style that comes to mind that I know exists is like the Chanel card holder that looks like this. There are also is an Hermes style. I think it's called the Elvin. I think it's Elvis, something like that. It's like the men's card holder style that also looks like this, where there is no closure to it. And so that's just something that I think I'll end up steering away from, because I don't really like that style. And then when each side gets loaded with cards and other content, like I feel like each side gets heavier and it ends up just being bulkier than it really needs to be. Like if I compare this to my Tods, like you can already see that this opening ceremony folder is a lot thicker than the Tods wallet. And this has been like used, I've used, loved, everything. It's been stretched out because I used it, and it's still a lot thinner than this opening ceremony one. That's why this just does not make it to the top of my list of favorable card holders. On the topic of unfavorable card holders for me, there are a couple others that I wanted to mention. I don't own them, so I'll try to find pictures of those and insert them so you have a reference of what I'm talking about. But the first one that definitely comes to mind is the Dior accordion style card holder. And it is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. I have looked at it a number of times, and at least twice I contemplated adding it to my collection. However, the biggest reason why I never made the purchase decision was because of how thick it is. So I understand that the accordion style will fit a lot of cards in there, and in each slot you can also stick multiple cards. I think at least 2 cards in each slot. But for me, that still doesn't justify the full width that it is. If I chose to only carry around 3 cards, I still have to deal with the like 1-inch width that it has, because that's just the design that it has. So despite how beautiful it is, it's super gorgeous, and the little charms on some of the versions, the little like Dior charm at the end is so adorable. But I have not added that to my collection. It's very unlikely I will add that specific design to my collection because of how wide it is. Another very popular style that I have not added to my collection is the very classic Chanel flat card wallet, or card holder, the one that has the push pin button where you have to open it, and then there's like a compartment inside that contains your cards. I have also looked at that multiple times. I have contemplated adding it to my collection, but for me it's another one of those where I don't think it really warrants the width that it has for how many cards it's going to fit, because the compartment is not a rectangle that like will expand on the bottom and on the top, and it's like a triangle where it will only expand this way. It means actually the number of cards that will fit inside that main compartment is pretty restricted. It's restricted to how much can fit within like this narrow point down here. And because of that, I feel like it's not really gonna fit many more cards than like what fits inside here. And I know these can also stretch if I wanted to add more, because you're gonna have to then put the flap over and make it close. So it's always bulkier than these are, but I feel like it'll fit the same amount of cards in there. So I've passed on that style as well. Even though I've looked at it multiple times, I just decided that I don't think that is a style that's going to work for me, and it's going to warrant the utility that I need out of it. When it comes to Hermes card holders, I know the KAWS are really popular as well. For me, I haven't added it to my collection just yet because the biggest hang up that I have is that it's really only 2 compartments. So you open it, and while the compartment is pretty wide, so you can add a lot of cards on each side, like that's all there really is to it. There's no real organization that happens within the cards that fall in there. If I remember correctly, I think the KAWS might have been designed to be a business card holder and not so much a credit card holder, and that might be why the design is that way, because there really is no need for you to organize your business cards. You're carrying them all, and then you'll just pull one out as you need to hand them to people. And then now, like, people are adopting it to be more for credit cards. So I'm somebody who likes to have a little bit more organization in my wallet or my card holder, just so that I know where my cards are, like my ID and my credit cards that I use often. Like, I like to know where they are and have them easily accessible, so it makes all of my transactions a lot faster. So because of that, the KAWS is one that I keep eyeing. Whenever I go into an Hermes store, I ask to see what colors they have, because if there's a color that speaks to me, I may add it to my collection just to try out. But right now, it's not the highest priority on my list because I am not quite sure I'm going to get the utility that I need. Alright, so that's everything. These are all of the card wallets and the full-size wallet that I have in my collection today. I went through rather quickly why I like or don't like each of those styles and what really stands out as great features to me. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you can take away some of the design elements that I like that really stand out. Some of them might be useful for you, some of them might not be, but at least now you're equipped with what to look for when you're looking at your next card wallet. In whatever market, in whatever brand, doesn't matter even if it's designer or not, but now you know to look for some of these things where, oh, like it might be really annoying if there's no zippered compartment because I deal with a lot of coins and I'm gonna have no place to put them. Or, oh, it might be really annoying if there's no place to put any of my cash because I like to have, you know, some cash on me at all times, and so that might not be a great choice for me. Things like that. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram. I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. If you like this kind of content, I upload videos every Sunday, so if you'd like to be one of the first to know, feel free to subscribe. So until next time, bye!